FlossTube, my name is Sarah. I'm from Memphis and this is my channel about cross stitch. Welcome, welcome. I am back from StitchCon 2023 weekend A. I've been home for about a week and I'm ready to go over a recap with y'all. I had such a great time. Got to hang out with so many people, lots of fun, lots of stories. Let's just hop right into it. So, the beginning of June, yeah, well, I've only been home about a week. Yeah, can't remember what the dates are. But anyway, so in case you don't know what StitchCon is, StitchCon is a cross stitch retreat that's held every June in the city of Sharonville, Ohio. That is a suburb of Cincinnati. The retreat is hosted by the LNS there in Sharonville called Keepsakes. The theme of the retreat is basically where FlossTubers and fans connect, and it was so great. They do 2 weekends, a weekend A and a weekend B, about 300 people each weekend, and it's just wonderful. This was my second year attending, and you know, every time you go to a retreat, even if it's the same retreat, there goes the FlossTube nose, you know, a little bit different experience each time, but equally as good. So I'm just gonna hop right into it. So last Wednesday we headed up to not last Wednesday, the Wednesday before, sorry, I've lost a week. I've been home, I've been working, I've been anyway. Okay, so I hopped in the car Wednesday morning bright and early and headed out to my friend Leanne's house. Leanne is Leanne Stitches here on FlossTube, and she's also Forbidden Fiber Co. Leanne lives about 45 minutes north of Memphis, where I live. And so I hopped in the car and went out there and got to hop in Leanne's car. Then we drove around the corner and picked up Zan, our other friend. Zan is Crazy Band Lady Stitches here on FlossTube and Instagram. And then we got on the road. And we were headed up to the Nashville area to pick up our other friend, Bobby, Pumpkin Creek Primitives. Bobby's that on FlossTube and Instagram. And in addition, she also has an online cross stitch store, pumpkincreekprimitives.com. Okay, so we're heading on up to Nashville. Everything was good. The weather was good. We were having a good time. No problems. Nice smooth ride. We meet Bobby and her husband in the parking lot of the Cracker Barrel. So that was good. We picked her up and then went on inside, and you know, we had to browse around for a hot minute and use the facilities, and then we ended up going across the street and going to get a Subway because by then we were all kind of hungry. So that was fun. It was a nice ride up. Just lots of chatting, catching up. We hadn't been together, all 4 of us together, since we were up at the Pittsburgh Steel City Stitcher Retreat in March. So it was good to catch up with everybody and just listen. Bobby and I both get really car sick. So on the way up, I rode in the front seat, and Bobby gets like way worse than me. Like, she has vertigo and everything. So when we picked her up, then she got in the front seat. I sat in the back seat. I kind of leaned over on top of Zan while she was stitching back there. I wish I could stitch like that. Every once in a while I can, but you know, it has to be something really, it has to be on a very straight road with my husband driving, with like a minimum of like counting and super high count, you know, not high count, low count and everything. So anyway, so I kind of leaned over and looked like straight ahead the whole time. We had a good ride up. One of our stops, we decided we needed a little pick me up. So we were all getting coffees, and I have recently been drinking this, which is just kind of funny, but I've been drinking this blueberry crumb cake little coffee from Kroger. My sister-in-law got me started on it, and then I use a little bit of like the Italian sugar-free sweet cream to go with it. So I've kind of been on this kick. Even though blueberries aren't really my favorite, I have really enjoyed it in the coffee. And so we stop and we're getting like cappuccinos or whatever. And I think Zan and Bobby got like, Leanne got a soda, but I think Zan and Bobby got like something like fairly normal. And I decided I was going to get this blueberry muffin cappuccino, which came out like it took forever to fill my cup up, and I should have known better, because literally, y'all, it was like purpley blue. It was like periwinkle colored. I should have known it wasn't going to be very good, but it smelled fabulous. And I was just like, whatever. So anyway, we get back in the car and I drink it and I take a drink, and it was very sweet and it tasted like, I don't know if y'all's moms ever made these. Probably you were not abused like this. I don't really mean that, Mom. I'm sorry. But my mom used to make the little Jif blueberry muffins in the blue and white little box with the little blueberries that were like fake powdery blueberries. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Anyway, it really tasted so much like that, in particular like the little crunchy fake blueberry things, that it just, I took like 2 drinks of it and I'm like, I cannot drink this. I'll be ill. So anyway, that was kind of a waste, but you know, you only live once, right? It was only a couple $1 cappuccino thing, whatever. So anyway, yeah, we're riding on up, having a good time. We made good time. We did get stuck. Did we get stuck in a little bit of traffic? Maybe here or there. But what I'm basically saying is we had a good trip up. Lots of talking and laughing and catching up and all the good stuff. So we were staying at separate hotels. Leanne and Zan and I, we were roomies, and we were staying at the Drury, which was the late night Stitchy hotel that weekend. And then Bobby had a spot over at the Hyatt, which is the Hyatt is the one attached to the convention center. So we dropped Bobby off, let her get checked in, and then we went over to our hotel and got checked in and got up to our room. Everything looked really nice. The Drury's kind of cool if y'all ever want to think about staying at a Drury in the future. I've forgotten this because we used to stay at a Drury a lot when we did volleyball tournaments, because they have like this, I don't know what they call it, like late night or afternoon kickback or something like that, but they have like food and like you get a little card and you can have like alcoholic beverages or soda or whatever. Anyway, it's a pretty good deal, and they have free breakfast too. So yeah, so we got our stuff put, and then a friend of ours, Lynn X Stitches here on FlossTube and Instagram, she invited a whole group of people over to her house for dinner, which was so nice, so unbelievably nice. So we all got kind of cleaned up and put our stuff up and went over and picked up Bobby and then headed over to Lynn's. We kind of, and we're not the only ones, we kind of forgot about the time change, that it's on East Coast time up there in Cincinnati. So when we told Lynn we thought we'd be there at X time for dinner, and I think a big chunk of us were kind of like an hour late because we misjudged the time change. But anyway, she had a beautiful spread. She had a beautiful home. I can't believe the amount of food she had, y'all. She had lasagna. She had like barbecue. She had charcuterie trays. She had like cold cuts. She had a veggie pizza, cheese, crackers, chips, this delicious French onion dip that ended up sitting right in front of me that I ate entirely too much of. She had drinks for after dinner. She had a fruit tray. She had cheesecake. She had these, oh gosh, these delicious Rice Krispie treats or butterscotch ones. She had coffee, tea, you name it. She said it's because she's Italian. I was like, I could not believe the amount of food that this woman prepared for us, but it was beautiful. It was wonderful. It was so fun to sit there and catch up. Let me think about who all was there. Of course, I was there. Leanne was there. Zan was there. Bobby was there. Colleen, Rebel Stitcher Designs, was there. And Jen, well, we always called Jen Colleen's friend, but Jen's totally our friend now too. So Jen was there. Jan, one of the finishers at Keepsakes, was there. Candy, the 614 Stitcher, was there. Melina and Connie, Count Twice, Stitch Once, they were there. Don't let me forget somebody. Lynn's son, Ben, and his so sweet fiance, Ashley, were there. Who am I missing? Janelle. Janelle was there. Coffee, wine, and stitching time. That was the first time I got to meet Janelle. It was the first time I got to meet several people like Janelle and Jan and Connie and Melina. And who else was it the first time I got to? That was the first time I got to meet Lynn's son and her and Ashley. Am I missing somebody? I hope I'm not missing somebody. I'm trying to like imagine where everybody was sitting at the table. If I missed you, I'm sorry and I stink. But we had a wonderful dinner. And then Lynn's husband is an actor, y'all. And he offered to put on like a murder mystery thing after dinner for people who wanted to participate. Now, I'm going to say that was a very, very much outside my comfort zone. I'm not used to anything like that, but several of my friends were very excited and they did need a certain number to participate. I did not want to not participate, so I threw my name in the hat and I stayed after dinner to participate in the murder mystery, and I'm so happy that I did. I'm not going to name any names, but let's just say this. After dinner, we were getting dessert, and all of a sudden you just hear this music come on, and it's like from the 20s or 30s, yeah, whatever age range that was that we had our little, I think it was 20s, our murder mystery. And so you start hearing all this music coming on. It's like, okay. And then a gentleman walks in, and he's got on like this silk cigar dressing gown, and he's saying hello to everybody with this very, very English accent. About that time, a particular friend of mine who was midway fixing a cup of coffee said, basically tapped me on the shoulder and was like, peace out, bye, see you tomorrow. You know who you are and I love you, but you're hilarious. Okay, so everybody kind of like, when all that started going on, the people that weren't staying were like, peace out, right, scattering like ants, like wanted absolutely nothing to do with all that good stuff. So anyway, we kind of got settled in. He passed out these binders with all this information in it. You know, we got little costumes. We had, really clear instructions about what we could read and what we couldn't read. And the story started to come to life. It was fun. They had like a little list in there of like slang from whatever this, I swear, I think Lynn said it was the 30s, but I thought first it said it was 20. So I'm not really sure, but it was like stuff like, I don't remember, but we were trying to use those when we were talking to people or whatever. And so we got assigned our characters, and I was an aspiring actress, just recently moved out to LA, and my name was Miss Cherry Bomb. And so y'all, I'll put a picture up, but I had like red heart sunglasses and a red feather boa on, you name it, whole 9 yards. So my bestie was Zan, and she was Jarvis the butler. And the smartest man in the Western Hemisphere happened to be Bobby, Professor Brown. Janelle was a French maid named Ooh La La. Let's see. Lynn was Donna Bad Thing. She was an actress too. Connie was Mary Kate, and Ashley was her name, and she was this assistant who basically fell all over the place all the time and messed everything up. Melina was Mr. Greenspan. He was the money man. Lynn's son, Ben, was Huge Ego. He was a producer or director. And then Ashley was a doctor, Dr. Sarah, something, I can't remember her name. And Lynn's husband, John, was War and Peace. And anyway, it was great. Everybody did a fabulous job. It was super fun. Melina played like the ultimate death scene, and about that time here walks in Athena and Beth. Athena's stitching Goddess Designs, and Beth is Busy Bee Silly Me or Stitching it. Yes, something like that. I'll put it down here. I'm sorry. And anyway, about that time when Melina's dying on the floor very dramatically, I believe John called it vigor mortis. Yeah, about that time they walked into all this, and it was so much fun. I did end up being the murderess. I didn't guess myself in the end. Bobby and Zan guessed me, and Bobby won because she had the more plausible explanation. Zan made up some kind of crazy concoction about how I was the murderess, but it was so fun. We got to meet Lynn's cat, Chris, Christmas. He's adorable. He's this beautiful ginger colored cat. And I will say a really fun thing about going to Lynn's house was just being in the home of another cross stitcher, because you would just look around and be like, oh, I recognize that, or oh, that's how she has that finished, or whatever. So that was super fun. So thank you, Lynn, very much, and to your sweet family for just opening your home and welcoming all of us and just making it a really, really fun night. We had a great time. So at the end of the night, Leanne had decided not to stay. She was, she drove, so she was pretty worn out. So Zan and I needed to ride back to our hotel, and Bobby needed to ride back to her hotel. Now, our hotels are not that far apart, like about 3 minutes apart or so. So Bobby caught a ride with Athena and Beth. because she was closer to them. And Melina and Connie very graciously offered to drive us to ours. And so we just hopped in the car and we headed out to the hotel. And we had a great conversation with them in the car. I'd never met them before. I don't know if Zan has either, but they're wonderful, wonderful. So we had a great conversation and they dropped us off at the hotel, and Zan and I walked into the hotel and my key wouldn't work to get into the lobby door. And we're kind of looking around, and these two men that worked there were standing in the lobby and they're like, "Can we help you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, my key won't work." And they were like, "We don't really recognize you." And then we started looking around and we was like, where are we? Y'all, we were at the wrong jury, okay? It's like midnight on Wednesday and we are at the wrong jury inn. So, we work on getting, of course, Melina and Connie are gone. And so I get on Uber and start trying to find an Uber rider. So Zan and I are sitting out there on the curb in front of the jury inn. Just minding our own. Like I said, it's midnight. Luckily the weather was gorgeous. We both had on sweatshirts, I think, but it was just like, there was a nice breeze. It was fine. It did take a while to find an Uber in a suburb at midnight on a Wednesday. I was sort of getting a little bit concerned that we weren't going to be able to find one, and several people, Stacy Stitches, she offered to come pick us up, and Melina offered to come back, and you know, I mean, like, everybody was being really nice, but it was like midnight. We're like, no, we do not want anybody getting out. So finally we got an Uber and took the ride back to the correct jury. And I will say, we thought when we were coming in, we thought we were going around the back. That's why we didn't see the Cracker Barrel. And the other thing was, it was right next to the interstate, and the one we were staying at was right next to the interstate too. So that's how we just thought we came around the wrong side or different side or something. Anyway, so, I mean, long story short, we should have paid attention. We should know what our hotel was, where we were getting dropped off at, instead of just hopping in the car and expecting poor Melina, who doesn't live there either, to like get us to the correct one. Turns out we were in Mason, and I confirmed with, you know, Steph the other day that, you know, yeah, we were okay. We weren't in a bad spot or anything like that. So, yeah, and we got back to our hotel about 12:30 or so. And we tried to be really quiet because I'm going to tell you what, Zan and Leanne are both really light sleepers. I know this after being their roomie several times now, but we ended up waking Leanne up, unfortunately. So she sat up and talked to us for a little bit and asked us how everything was going, and we kind of got settled in, and we went on to bed. So that was Wednesday night, because StitchCon does not really start until Thursday, okay? So Thursday morning, 10 o'clock, the doors open at StitchCon to check in. So in the morning we got up. I don't think we had time to do breakfast. I don't remember why either, because we didn't sleep late. I don't know what we were doing. There's no telling. But we did go by Walmart. That's what we did. We wanted to make sure we had snacks that we wanted, and picked up a few things for Bobby. Bobby was trying to kind of stay in line because we had a game plan. We were trying to get in this back corner area a few tables for our crew like we had last year, and Bobby was staying at the Hyatt, so she got there like super early to stand in line to, you know, this is a recurring theme with Bobby. She got there super early to stand in line and kind of lock down our area for us. So we picked up a few things for Bobby there too, you know, her bougie water and just kidding. Anyway, we picked up a few things, and we that was uneventful as well. Well, sort of uneventful. You know how it was uneventful, but like, okay, so I was checking out and I was in the self-checkout, right? And I was in like the first one, far away from the people that kind of stand there and overlook things. And I realized I didn't have any shopping bags, and I didn't have that many things, so it wasn't really a very big deal. I just kind of threw everything back in, threw it on the way thing or whatever, and threw it all back in my car. But when I was leaving, the lady stopped me and she was like, "Oh, how was your trip today, or visit today?" I was like, "Oh, it's fine." It's like, "Did you find everything you need?" And I was like, "Yeah, I did find everything I need, but I just want to let you know, like, over on that back side on the first checkout, y'all are out of bags." And she immediately went from like happy, sunny to, "We're out of bags. The whole store is out of bags." And I was like, "Oh, well, that's going to be an interesting day then." Like, why do you ask if you, I mean, I'm sure it's just her job, right? I'm just like, why do you ask if you don't want to know? Like, who else am I supposed to tell that they're out of bags? Obviously nobody's, you know, obviously there was a problem. I didn't know there was a problem. I wasn't trying to be like, "You're out of bags and we're flying, rah, rah, rah." I didn't even say anything. I was being super nice. But Anyway, that always surprises me. Like when people are like, oh, how did everything go? They are so interested in knowing how everything went until you tell them. Anyway, so moving on, we ended up getting online at StitchCon. I must have been piddling around because Zan and Leanne got a little bit ahead of me by the time I got in there and got in line. I didn't bring all my stuff in because I just didn't want to stand there with all the stuff in my hand, so I just had my purse. And I ended up getting kind of like sandwiched between, what are their names? Marcia and Beth. 2 twins. They're from that area. Keepsakes is their LNS. They were super nice and they were showing me their finishers of the brag table. I got to talk to them for a little bit. And then behind me was Delisha, Kentucky Stitches of something, Stitches. Oh, sorry, Delisha. I love her. She's so great. I'm going to put her name down here too. So I got to catch up with Delisha and hear about how she had been. I met her for the first time last year at StitchCon and got to kind of catch up and see what she had been up to and what kind of plans she was having. So it was great to catch up with her. And yeah, and so, you know, line was pleasant. I ran into a lot of people just standing in line. Gary and Ronnie from GaRon Stitchery, I saw them, and the girls from Memphis right away. Actually, they have been standing in line with Bobby, and it was Becky and Andrea, which I didn't get to talk to them very much at StitchCon, but I was talking to Bobby on the phone about some Chex Mix that she wanted, and they were like, and I'm like, are you talking to Becky and Andrea? Because she was like, oh, I'm talking to the girls from Memphis. Anyway, us Memphis girls need to like take a picture next year when we're all there together. That would be fun. So anyway, yeah, I've got to see a lot of people in line. You know, it's a great energy, that whole line thing going on. Everybody is super, super excited. So when you go through the line splits like A through something here, something through something here, and then you get to dump out right here is Pam and here's Steph, and they get you checked in. And it actually flows very, very fast. They are efficient and friendly and good at what they do. And what they do when you get in there is they give you a swag bag. And I'm talking like, we got a bag, right? Cute, huh? Felt StitchCon bag, super roomy. So inside of your bag is a little packet, and you've got your name tag, and you've got your passport with all sorts of information in it. So like it talks about basically welcome, service projects for the weekend. It's a list of the FlossTubers, the convention center Annex hours, the Stitchy Bus schedule. Stitchy Bus drives you back and forth from the convention center to a few of the hotels, and Keepsakes. Yeah, a list of all the FlossTubers, restaurants, what's going on in Cincinnati, a free pattern saying StitchCon is my happy place, which is really cute. Yeah, so lots of good information in here. And it also had a Just Cross Stitch magazine. A Barbie from Just Cross Stitch and maybe some of her team was there for a day or so during StitchCon, and they were actually speaking to people and getting input for the magazine for the future. And yeah, and they gifted everybody one of these, so that's cool. They were celebrating 40 years. And then we also got a very cool a coaster. They usually give you something that says Ohio on it. So this is one of those kind of like tile coasters. That's nice. Then the other super cool thing they gave us is something I cannot find. And I'm trying not to be irritated about it, but I actually used it and I liked it. So I'm but who knows what I did with it. And at first I didn't know what it was because it looked like a pair of like short fat chopsticks, right? With these little round discs in between it, and then they were fabric on them. And everybody was like, oh, do you remember when they were talking about like using those little chopstick things to eat treats when you're cross stitching? And I'm like, no, well, we can't do that because there's fabric on them and they don't open wide enough. Well, turns out they're like cleaners for your eyeglasses and they work really well. So fingers crossed I find them somewhere in this. I don't know. I don't know where mine went to, but anyway, super nice. So I go in and see where we've all kind of situated in that back corner. Like last year, they did kind of change the setup this year. So in the back corner last year was just another addition of the brag table. But this year in the back corner was the freebie table. So there was a lot of action going on back while we were there. especially the first few days. I'm talking like people just bring their stuff, they dump it all on the table. Then you have the nice people who go around and just organize it throughout the day. But when you first got there, there was a line, y'all, for the freebie table. There was so much stuff up there and people were wanting it so bad. So I'll share a few things that I picked up along the way too. So yeah, I got situated. We ended up being table number 54. And at my table, I was here. Leanne Forbidden Fiber Co. was here. Ymir Almond M&M's was here. Sean and Fawn from Sanctum Stitching were here, and then Bobby Pumpkin Creek Primitives were here. Zan was sitting over on the far side of the room with one of our sweet table mates and one of her very good friends from last year. Not from last year, but one of her very good friends, Tammy, Creative Country Girl. So Zan was sitting over there. So Zan basically ran back and forth all weekend and around, which that's typical Zan, so that's no huge change. Right, sitting right behind me at the table, and the next table was Athena and Beth and Lynn from Annex Stitches, and Melina and Janet from Janet Jabber. I got to meet Janet. I love her so much. I am so excited. We're going to both be going to Queen City Stitch Retreat in October, so I'll get to see her again there. Talk more about Janet in a minute. And then at the table right there, I mean, that's how many tables we took over. We had Connie, Melina's mom from Count Twice Stitched Once, and Janelle and Stacy Creative Stitches. And I mean, we were all kind of right here. It was great. Right over here was Deb and Kev from Snug Harbor, and Pam had a little seat over there. Just Keep Stitching Pam, and Melissa, Cupcake Stitcher, and Katie. I don't know Katie's Instagram, but anyway, it was nice. Okay, it was nice, kind of all nice, friendly, familiar faces right in our immediate vicinity. So that was super fun. Yep, so just got settled in. I dumped my stuff on the freebie table, and then I went to set my stuff up on the brag table. The brag table was awesome. Now, I took complete footage of the brag tables, right? Because it's a lot of stuff, y'all. I'm going to put it at the almost end of the video. The brag table footage, as long as I can get it to work and everything, is about 13 or 14 minutes long. So when you see how long this video is, just mentally tack on that, you know, you can or cannot, or come back to watch brag table whenever you so choose. All right, so I tried to go nice and slow. There were some gorgeous pieces on there. Of note, there were 4 chatelaines on there. One was Evening in the Park. That's gorgeous. That's on my list that I would love to do. It was beautifully framed. There was a smaller one underneath that. I do not remember the name of it. There was a beautiful Tudor chatelaine on another table. It was absolutely gorgeous. And then there's, I think it's Old Walled English Garden. Now, I did make note of the tables all these stitchers that stitched those were sitting at, and I really did want to go talk to them. And shame on me, I did not follow through on that, because I really wanted to go talk to them a little bit about their process and you know, their gorgeous stitching. So I want to do better about that next year, because when I did that last year about pieces that I really liked, I met some really great people. So I want to remember to do that next year. Yeah, so I set my stuff out on the brag table, and if you didn't watch my StitchCon prep, or if this is the first time you're seeing me, the 2 pieces that I took was I recently finished Miss Christmas Eve by Mirabilia. She's not framed or anything, but I literally just finished her like the day or 2 before we left. I'm going to pop a picture of her up here. Or this is like my whole set I put up on the brag table, because she's still wrapped up, ready to go to the framers. And then the other piece that I took was the StitchCon 2022 annual stitch by Sue Hillis. So I stitched this with a group. It was a StitchCon 2023 stitch along, and we all took a little picture together, and this is how I finished it. I finished it in one of these boxes that they sold last year during the retreat, and I used my name tag from last year and some little accoutrement they gave us, stickers, and a needle minder from one of the stitchers from last year, and Pam and Steph's needle minder, Just Keep Stitching, and my logo that I had put on the back of my cards last year. So yeah, I think it turned out really, really cute. And yeah, I took this as part of the brag table. So I had that sitting up there and my Miss Christmas Eve sitting up there. So I went and set my stuff out there. Let's hope that does not fall. Okay. After I got my stuff on the bride table, dumped my stuff at the freebie table, I ran to pick up my swag from this, not my swag, my merch, my t-shirt. This is my t-shirt I got. I got a StitchCon 2023, one of the V-necks. I also got just a regular t-shirt in a blue color. I had seen on the Facebook group that a lot of people were, I placed my order, there was like 3 rounds or whatever, and I placed my order the last time. I had seen where people were having some problems with the fit, so I did make sure when I placed my order to go up 1 size, and that worked well for me. So, yeah, so I picked up my t-shirt, that was no problem, and then I got settled at my place, like I said, table 54, laid out my mat and my magnet board, and yeah, it was good to go. Did some stitching. There's a, oh, you know what I wanted to show you? Nah, okay. I'll show you all the happy stitchy kindness in just a second. So there is an Annex there at the convention center. It is not open the first day. There is a sneak peek that first night, and then the next morning, super early on Friday morning, people go in line, Bobby, and they go in there so they can get the things they want. You have opportunities to shop at the Annex or at the Keepsakes store all times during the weekend. They have their hours posted or whatever. So anyway, we had a great time. I'm gonna think about the first night, what we ended up doing. Stitching and getting settled and basically exchanging a bunch of gifts with friends. Zan is so sweet. We kind of, when we all travel together, we kind of get each other a little something. So she loves to do antiquing, and so she knows I like mushrooms, and so she bought me this super cute little funky mushroom. I love it. Isn't that fun? It's like, it's serious. Anyway, I love it. It's going to stay here in my stitching room. And she gave me a really pretty skein of floss from Leanne, Forbidden Fiber Co. That's our friend. I love blue. It's my favorite color. And Zan is on a blue kick. So this one's called Santorini. Isn't it pretty? And then she also let us choose some jewelry, like a floss drop. This is, isn't this pretty? I know it's in the plastic. And she gave us another one too, but I think we figured out Leanne accidentally took my other one home. But anyway, that was from Zan. Wasn't that so sweet? When Lynn showed up the next day, when Lynn showed up to sit down at her table, she brought me over this because she had this coffee that I had been recently obsessed with at her house the night before, and I had a cup, and then I guess she had said something to her husband about it, and he said he didn't really like it. So she brought me the remainder of their box. So thank you, Lynn. That was really nice. It will not go to waste. Leanne brought several of these little pouches filled with some goodies. She put some floss in there and a Forbidden Fiber Co. needle minder. And Leanne actually had a trunk show at the Annex this weekend. I'll show you a picture of her floss wall. And then she let you kind of pick like what bag color you wanted, because she had all different color bags. And then she also let you pick your fabric. She had several different color fabrics and different counts. She had Aidas, she had linen. So I got a 40 count 1/8 of a yard of Morning Dew. It's very pretty. I love it. So thank you, Leanne. That was so nice. So nice. Let's see. I guess I'm just going to kind of go into, so what happens is, you know, when people love to exchange gifts at StitchCon or just give you little somethings, I am going to go through a lot of what I got, just to give everybody a little shout out and a thank you. I am going to make sure when I'm done with this video that I go back through and that I'm following and subscribe to everyone that brought me something so wonderful. And this kind of just helps me go through and talk about maybe people I met or saw along the way. After we go over this, I'm probably going to be talking about the smalls exchange, freebie table. We're going to go over my haul. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So, also, I just want to say, I got to meet Angie, Tiny House Stitcher. She's wonderful. I was very happy to meet her. This is from Angie, why I picked this up. Angie, this year at StitchCon, they had a FlossTube studio where you could go back with like nice lighting and a backdrop and a tripod and everything where you could record back there. And so Angie was inviting all of us FlossTubers to come back there and to just like kind of talk about our channel for a minute. And then she put this whole video together of all the FlossTubers that came back there, and it's so good. It's such a great thing to be able to look through, especially if you're looking for someone new that you haven't seen before. A lot of the people on the video are people that I talk about pretty regularly, but there were a bunch extras, y'all, that I've never even said their names before. So I'm going to put that at the very end of my video. It is about 15 minutes long. It's really fun. It's well made. It's great to watch, but that way you can refer to it like one day if you're just like, oh, I kind of want to check out somebody new or whatever. Just remember that, you know, my recap video at the very end, you can just zoop, go right to it, and then you can see some people that you might want to check out. So I will put that. Thank you, Angie. That was a wonderful idea you had. What a great opportunity for everyone. I know it had to be a lot of hard work editing all of us and our silly selves, but I appreciate it. So that's Angie, Tiny House Stitcher. She's great. Go check her out. All right, so a few things that Stacy Stitches gave me a lovely bag full of candy. She loves purple. Got my initial on it and the year. And then the thing I'm most excited about this is I've been wanting one of these things. I didn't even know what to call them or where to get them from, but they're like, you can, if you have to frog and you can kind of get your little fibers up, but also they're a little bit stronger too. And sometimes when you, especially like when you frog on a linen and you kind of split those threads apart a little bit, this kind of can help you kind of work everything back into spots. So thank you, Stacy. This was awesome to get this. Janet from Janet Jabber. Oh, Janet, she brought a nice little pack. I was super excited to meet Janet. I will say I'm going to post a picture right up here of Janet. Janet and I had a little bit of a geek out moment where we started talking about memorabilias. I totally butted in on her and Fawn's conversation. I've already apologized to Fawn in person, but I'm apologizing again, Fawn. I'm so sorry. I just saw what Janet was stitching. She was working on her Spring Queen, and like the memorabilia geek in me just came out, and I was like, and I'm sorry about that. That was a jerk. But I really had a great conversation with Janet, and Janet did finish Spring Queen by Memorabilia while she was there this weekend. That's what that picture is about. Spring Queen is an out of print memorabilia, and Janet is stitching all of the queens. There are several of them. It is a big deal. It's a big deal when you finish one of those big memorabilias. So I was excited to be able to cheer her on for her finish when she rang that bell, and get a good picture of her for our memorabilia group. It was so fun to meet Janet. And another sweet friend, Athena, gave us a bag of like all sorts of lovely lotion and a little angel. And thank you. Athena is Stitching Goddess Designs. I missed out on the picture, but she did take a picture of everyone wearing one of her Stitching Goddess Designs t-shirts on the stairs at StitchCon. That's kind of a thing. If you're ever involved in any groups or anything that are going to StitchCon, we took a FlossTubers picture on the stairs. We took a Pam and Steph Just Keep Stitching t-shirt on the stairs. There was an Athena Stitching Goddess Designs picture on the stairs. There was a picture of the group of the people that were all stitching the Bluebirds of Happiness by Judy Whitman, JBW Designs. They took a picture on the stairs. The people who were starting or working on Away We Ride, I missed this one, at StitchCon, they took a picture on the stairs. So like, you know, it's just a kind of a thing you do. So Athena makes cute t-shirts though. You should check them out. Another person that, Bobby from Home Creek Primitives. She's giving out these really, really cute Alice needle minder, not needle, what are these called? Floss drops? Sort of. They're not really called that. They're jewelry. Like they're, I don't know, floss ring, thread. They're pretty. Yeah. And then the late night stitching room is something that they have at StitchCon this year. It was held at the Drury the first weekend. The second weekend there was something that went on with that, but what it is basically is when the 10 o'clock it closes at the convention center, then it opens, then the late night stitching room opens at another hotel, and it stays open till like 3 o'clock in the morning, so you can just go over there and hang out and stitch as long as you want. That first night, Thursday night, we ended up going to the late night stitching room, Zan and Leanne and I, and I was working on something, and we sat with Jenny from Cricklewood Crossing. Jenny gave us these really nice scissors, and Jenny's friend Diana. It was nice to meet them. Diana was actually working on sugar cookies, one of the whips that I have, and she was almost done. She did end up finishing it and ringing the bell. So at StitchCon, when you get it finished, you ring the bell. Here's the thing, they tally up how many finishes you have. It's always this kind of competition thing going between weekend A and weekend B. I don't know who won the number of finishes, but you were supposed to ring the bell and then write your name and your piece down on a list. Some people didn't write their name down, but that's what I heard anyway. But anyway, she did get to ring the bell for hers. Anyway, I had a great time just kind of talking to them, catching up. I really like Jenny's great. She's Cricklewood Crossing. I bought several of her bags in the past, and within the last year or two, maybe, she's been designing charts, and they're really nice. And she makes jewelry for your thread drops, like the one Bobby gave, and she makes needle minders and all sorts of stuff like that. But after everybody kind of went to bed, I was actually, so I set myself a challenge this year, and if you might be your first time seeing me, but anyway, I'm involved in the Whip Warriors group, and so I've only had one start so far this year. Last year I had 62 starts, so I've been turned over a whole new leaf. However, at StitchCon, I knew I wanted to start some things. I wanted to start some small things. I wanted to see how many small things I could start and finish and then leave at Keepsakes to get finished. That was my goal. So I started and finished 2 and left 2 things, and then I started one more and I didn't finish that one until I got home. So I'll have to send that one in. Anyway, so I was working diligently on my first start. I'm gonna put them up here. This is Dory from Finding Dory. This is a Christmas ornament for my grandson. I was working on this one and I meant to finish him that night. So after all of them left, I migrated over to the table where Steph from Just Keep Stitching, she was our moderator for the night, and Katie and Melissa, Cupcake Stitcher, and then another woman from, I think, the Nashville area, Adrienne, she was there, and she ended up giving me this nice little set. Look how nice this is. I mean, it's got a throat comfort, it's got chapstick, a waxer, a stirring thing. This is so cute. Thank you. It was so nice to meet you. I mean, y'all, we shut that place down, and I am not even a late night person, and it was after 2:30 in the morning before I got up to the room. And I did tiptoe in because I know I've got 2 light sleeping roommates, and I did not wake them up. I took my medicine in the bathroom. I mean, I took my shoes off. I was so quiet. So I was so impressed with myself that I didn't wake them up. Because I literally did not mean to stay out that late. But if you've ever been around Steph from Just Keep Stitching, I mean, she can get you laughing and then just not. And then I'd never met Melissa or Katie before, and they're all really good buds. And so they had all these stories going, and they were hilarious. So it was super nice to meet them and get to know them and just to kind of join in and get lots of giggles in with them. I did finish Dory that night, so yay. Anyway, so let's see, where was I at next? This is from Jan, the Keepsakes finisher Jan. It's so pretty. It was really nice to meet Jan. She's very, very talented. She does a fabulous job. She finishes a lot of Colleen from Rebel Stitchers stuff. I got to meet Carrie from Tiger Lily Designs. She passed these out. Isn't this nice? It's one of those, it's what's it called? Fairy something. Fairy wand. Floss fairy wand, to kind of help get the boo-boos up from after you've been frogging, and a little project card on the back. That's really, really nice. There was this whole group of ladies from Colorado. They were very nice. I met them when they first came in during kind of announcements. Periodically, they call everybody in. They don't call everybody in, but they have announcements of things that are going on. They do a service project each StitchCon, fundraiser. This time it was for St. Joe's, and that is special needs place for kids. It varies in levels of kids that need daycare to babies that have to be on a vent long term. They needed a lot of stuff. They needed a bathtub. They needed some new flotation devices for the pool. And basically what Keepsakes facilitates is all weekend long they sell raffle tickets. And you just buy your raffle tickets, and then they had a bunch of great donated prizes for everybody for raffle tickets. That's really fun. They also have a really cool auction. I'll tell you about that. The auction is on the last night of the event, and it's it can get really wild, y'all. People donate stuff, and then like there might be like a whole set of, you know, some sort of silks, right? And they'll tell you the retail value. Maybe the retail value is like $750. And my fellow stitchers, they put some bids down, y'all. I mean, like it just goes nuts in there. It's super fun. It's super exciting. I have a friend who bid an exorbitant amount of money for a yard of, at the very, very end of our auction. I think her name's Teresa, the dyer for Needle Bling Designs. She went up there and she had a yard of fabric that she has not released yet. And she was like putting it out there. And I mean, everybody just went to town after that. I mean, I'm talking a lot of money, because overall, I can say it now because the weekend's over. Overall, weekend A raised $15,000 for the fundraiser. And I think Stephanie said when we first started up, like 7,000 and something of that was raffle tickets. So you can imagine where all the rest of that came from. The auction, right? Another really cool thing about the auction, I did video this, but I do not know who to ask permission to share it, so I really can't. But a cool thing was that Barbara, the owner of Keepsakes, she was milling around and meeting tables, and there was this one table in particular that was a group of ladies that didn't know anybody when they first signed up for StitchCon, and then they all made friends, and then they all sat together, and then they picked somebody else up. And anyway, it was kind of a cool, like, get to know each other, make new stitchy friends story. But another cool thing turned out to be that one of the ladies at the table was an opera singer, like a real deal opera singer. And one of the other ladies at the table was like something to do with music and writing and everything. So Barbara gave them this task of like writing an auction song to get everybody like pumped up and excited to like do this auction for St. Joe's. And they did. And it was amazing. This woman's just standing up there, just singing at the top of her lungs, this song about stitching and shopping at the Annex and supporting the kids. And it was great. I wish I could show it, but share it, but I don't really even know who to say like, hey, can I share this video of you singing? So anyway, it was great. It was great. The auction was great. But to get back to this was from a group, the Colorado contingent, I believe they called themselves. A group of ladies drove all the way from Colorado. They were really great. They were really fun. Let's see what else we've got here. We've got, oh yes, Michelle Cunningham. She is AZ Hippie Stitcher. I talk to Michelle every once in a while on Instagram. She's super sweet, and I was super excited to get to meet her. My friend Colleen, Rebel Stitcher Designs, is giving out pens. That cool stitcher that I told you last year that I used the FlossTube TV for up there, she is strange-stitches.com. That's so neat. I met another fellow Disney lover, and y'all, she just loaded me down with stuff, okay? Her name is Karen, KBLVS Stitching. So, love the floss cards. And then, when I'm saying loaded me down, I'm not kidding. Look at this. And then look at all these little needle minders she made. Like a Pooh one, and a Minnie, and a Mickey. So, Karen, it was so nice to meet you. That was super generous. Thank you so much. My beautiful friend, Alexis, My Amazing World, she was there. I didn't get to sit with her or talk to her a ton this year. She was with some other really sweet younger girls. Megan, the Seattle Stitcher, and Bridget, Museum Stitcher, and Elizabeth, Frizzy Lizzie Stitches. But I'm pretty sure it was Alexis that brought over this little heart. We did get to chat back and forth. We didn't even take a picture together, which is ridiculous. But she was really sweet. She did go on a Starbucks run one night and brought me some Starbucks back, which I greatly appreciated because my energy was super low, and that Starbucks just like totally perked me up. So thank you, Alexis. Love you lots. You're amazing. Let's see. Oh, sorry. And Karen also gave me this little waxer of Minnie. Isn't that cute? Yeah. Let's see what else we have here. Janelle, I got to meet Janelle for the first time. Coffee, wine, and stitchy time. Y'all, she crocheted us these beautiful dragonflies and then put our name on them with a coffee cup. She's so talented. She also gave me another one with like more coffee on it. Let me pick out those colors. I love that. And this little happy sunflower to sit in my area. I'll put a picture of my area right now. So my area, Bobby was calling it my dragon hoard. Bobby. But yeah, it did kind of look like a dragon hoard. That's where I put all my pretty stuff out where I can see what everybody's giving me. And then people just leave stuff there. When you're gone, you're not sitting there and they're passing stuff out. These were from Janelle too. Delicious. When people are passing stuff out, they just know that's your spot and then they leave it. Okay. Abby. I got to meet Abby again, Top Knot Stitcher, and see her. She's so sweet. Isn't that nice? And then I love this. This is from deliciousthreads.com. It's not hoarding if it's cross stitch. I totally sent a picture of this. Put that picture up here. I totally sent this picture to my husband. And I'm like, there, proof it's not hoarding if it's cross stitch. I got to talk for a little bit with Sarah and Jen, Stitchy friends. I love them. They're so sweet. Isn't that cute? These are really cute. Let's see. This is from Julie Dean, Sunflower Stitchery. Needlework supplies. Very cute. What else do we have? Oh, Motor City Stitchers. Faith and Sheila. They actually have started a stitch along for Rebel Stitcher Design. Sorry for that. No. Civil Samplers. If you want to get in on that, I'm pretty sure you could just. I think it might be hashtag Civil Sampler Sal. Look for that on Instagram. Maybe I'll post it down here if I can find the information on that. So yeah, that's really great of them. Cute floss drop from those twins I told you about, Marsha and Beth. Yep. Let's see. I got this from Margaret Hay and Karen Busby. Little waxer they made. I don't think I got to meet Karen, but I definitely got to meet Margaret a couple times. She was super nice. Got to see Minnie Gray again. Minnie Gray all X's. Beautiful. It's nice to see her. I got to meet she was sitting with Deb, Heritage of Stitches. Stitches of Heritage. I'm sorry, Deb. Deb was very nice. I'm excited to meet Deb. Deb's going to be at Queen City in October, so I'm excited to see her there. The Stitching Grotto gave out these super cute scissor fobs with flamingos on them. I love scissor fobs. The more scissor fobs, the better. I'll put a picture up here. I actually made some scissor fobs for StitchCon. I did them in StitchCon colors and I put the year on them just for a little memory. I did not have 300 of them. I didn't get 300 of them made. I tried to get around to as many tables as I could until I ran out. And it was like almost the last day and I did not know that Shelly and Justine from Welcome Stitchery were there. So I got to go talk to them for a minute and Shelly gave me some little stickers, Ufta. So that's like a Norwegian thing. I am originally from Northern Iowa and there's a lot of Norwegian stuff in Northern Iowa. So that's funny. And then their like city mascot, they live in Blue Earth, Minnesota, and the Jolly Green Giant, they have a huge Jolly Green Giant statue there. So that's Welcome Stitchery. That's Welcome Stitchery on Instagram and FlossTube, and then their store actually in Blue Earth, Minnesota. They're besties. This is from AJ. Isn't that cute? So this is funny. AJ put Weekend A on the back, but when her daughter was looking at her things, she was like, why'd you put Wakanda on there? So now Weekend A is Wakanda Forever from AJ. AJ is, she's on Instagram. I think she's something with quilting. I'll put it down here. Quilting. Connie and Melina Count Twice, Stitch Once. Yep, they're fun. You know, I love these people who have a buddy to do FlossTube with. It's so fun to watch. Stephanie Brown dropped this off. Stephanie and Stitches, a needle threader. Can never have too many of those. This is from Sloan Stitches. I got to meet Sloan Stitches finally. Stitch a little with me. So nice. So nice. And Lori the Flying Cross Stitcher. She's Lori P.E. is how I'm used to seeing her. This is her sweet puppy Valentina. I saw her in the hall and I did not get to talk to her this weekend, but I think she's going to be going to the sweater weather retreat, so I'll get to see her there. I didn't want to interrupt her. This is from Elaine Bauer, Lady Mama Squirrel. Isn't that nice? Yes. I got this really cute Teresa Kogut fabric but I don't know who that's from. Also, it looks like Nancy Green gave me something nice and something fell out of there. So I'm not really sure what was in there, Nancy, but thank you. I appreciate it. I got some little, I don't know who those are from either, but those are cute. The Stitchy Ladybug, Ricky Jameson. Thank you. That's so cute. I don't know if that'll be backwards or not, but I love that. I love this scissor fob. This is from somebody in Florida because it's got Florida on it. And look, it's blue, my favorite color, and seashells. I love that scissor fob. Bridget the Museum Stitcher, I got a sticker from her. And a Vintage Sew Gal, I got a sticker from her. Just a few more, y'all. Aura, she made those. Those are beautiful. I don't know who those are from. They're pretty too. And then I got one of these 1,000 Hearts. A lot of ladies are making this global kindness community. It's www.1000hearts.com.au. It just says it's a lovingly handmade heart to share and celebrate kindness. Keep it close and give it a squeeze when you need a reminder of love, hope, courage, and comfort. Isn't that nice? Candy, the 614 Stitcher. She brought this super cute little frog needle minder by. Well, she let me pick what frog I wanted. And then she made these trays, these orc catchers. I'm already using this, so I had to snag it off my couch. Yeah, thank you, Candy. So nice to see Candy. I love me some Candy. And then Patricia, PJ3. She made these cute StitchCon A memories, remembering the moments. So I need to fill it out and stick that in something. Isn't that amazing? That's all the stuff people just dropped off, y'all. I mean, they just, whew, so fun, so fun. So let's talk a little bit about my smalls exchange. Now, I'm gonna put a picture up out here, kind of a picture up here, a couple pictures of a smalls exchange. I went over in depth about the excitement of my FFO with my smalls. I FFO'd a watermelon pincushion by Riolis. And I gifted a watermelon bag made by my sister, Rivertown Signs US. She makes project bags and other notions on Etsy. And I had a cup and a needle minder and what else? A whole little set of pins and a Mill Hill kit, all the things watermelon, right? So I was involved in the smalls exchange it was like 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. Yeah, Saturday. So what happens when you come in is they ask you if you're going to be in the smalls exchange, and you take a poker chip out of the bag, and the chip is a color and it has a number on it. It's red, white, and blue. So I think red was Friday, white was Saturday morning, and blue was Saturday afternoon. And then there's a number. Okay. So that way you know which ones you're involved in. Because what happens is an hour or so before the exchange, they ask you to bring your stuff to the table. So you put all your stuff on the table. And then when it's time, Steph calls numbers by groups. And then you can go pick your thing. And then after you pick your thing, you take your small back up to the area and you match up with the person who got your thing. And that way you can exchange names, which hopefully you've put your name and your information in the bag anyway. But that way you can take a picture together and get to meet each other and everything. So the bag that I picked was, of course, Christmas. You know, I love Christmas. So I got a lovely note from the stitcher. Her name is Helen. And she's been stitching for like 40 something years. And she stitches all sorts of Christmas. Christmas is her jam, okay? So she put in here some truffles, which I love. She put in here some lady dot pins, which I love. She put in here a super cute little Santa needle minder. And then Gary had the nerve to say that this fits my personality. I assure you all, I am not a Grinch, and this fits his personality much more than it does mine, and also is his color. But yeah, isn't that cute? Very cute. And last but not least, her beautiful small is this ornament that says Season's Greetings. It's beautifully made. I love it. I can't wait to display it at Christmas. On the back, it says StitchCon 2023. It's so special. So I was very excited to get this, and I carried all my stuff right back up to the table, just like you're supposed to. And I was looking for my person, and I was looking for my person who got my stuff. And then I was also hoping that whoever gave me their stuff, I was looking for whoever got my stuff, and then I was hoping I would go find Helen. She wrote what table she was at. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to wait till I see somebody with watermelon stuff, and then I'm going to go find Helen. Y'all, turns out I didn't have to go find Helen because Helen was finding me because we got each other's stuff. How crazy is that? I love it. It was awesome. So Helen got my watermelon. I got her Christmas. She said she stepped out of her comfort zone and out of her box and said she was really going for something different. That's why she grabbed my watermelon stuff. And of course, I did not go out of my comfort zone. And I got Christmas. So I'm going to pop a picture up here of Helen and I together. It was super fun. She is super sweet. I hope she enjoys my pin cushion and all of the goodies. I think she was going to, and I very much appreciate and will cherish that sweet ornament. The thing with the swap of the smalls exchanges, it is voluntary. You don't have to do it. I didn't really explain, but you are supposed to wrap whatever you stitch, like theme-wise. You're supposed to wrap it like that so people know kind of an idea of what theme they're getting. Like some people don't celebrate Christmas, or they don't like Halloween, or they don't want any more Christmas ornaments, or they don't like watermelons. I don't know, but you know what I'm saying? Like, so it kind of gives people a direction on which way to go when they choose. But the thing that makes it so special to me is that I just think it's a very special to have something a stitcher made, because we know how long and how much time and effort and sweat and tears, or not tears, obviously probably with her, but I'm just saying I might have had a tear, go into actually that final product and how really special it is. So I love to participate in the Smalls Exchange, and it is not, like I said, mandatory. And so, you know, even you can change your mind the last minute. You don't have to sign up for it beforehand. So, you know, so give it a try next year. And if you do it, you do it. And if you don't, you don't. But I mean, I'm just saying, I feel like it's a really worthwhile exchange. Really, really special. All right. So let's talk about, I want to talk about the dinner I went to on Thursday night. Yes. So on Thursday night, Leanne and I went to eat dinner with Zan and her table. Gosh, am I going to be able to remember everybody? Well, actually not just Leanne and I, Ymir did too, almond M&Ms. And we went, and when I say Ymir almond M&Ms, I mean Ymir almond M&Ms that has those gorgeous silks everybody's been talking about. That's that Ymir. Go check her website out. She has beautiful silks. A lot of people were exposed to them for the first time at StitchCon this year. So I'm very excited for her about that. Actually, while I'm just talking about, let me just post a picture up here. This is the beautiful corner wall of floss. That one right side is Ymir's side of silks, and the other right side is my other friend Leanne's side of Forbidden Fiber Co. floss. Both gorgeous products. So we went to dinner with Zan's table, Tammy, Creative Country Girl, and two other ladies. And I just feel terrible because I was sort of overwhelmed, and I was kind of, I feel like I was kind of quiet at dinner, and I feel like it was Christine, and I don't know if it was Jean or Janine. I don't know, ladies. You all were nice and lovely and wonderful conversation. I think I was just super tired, but I'm going to tell you about the place that we ate, okay? We ate at a place called Caruso's. It's not close to the convention center. It's actually close to this big antique mall that everybody likes to go to, but it was fabulous. I have not been, I guess, I'm not super worldly. I haven't eaten in the best restaurants in the world everywhere. Ymir's much more traveled and well eaten than I am, and even she said it was fabulous. So it was Caruso's. I had the cacio e pepe, and it was to die for. The pasta, they make it homemade in-house. It was just seasoned perfectly, and it was wonderful. I also had a really nice drink that they made from the bar. They did a really great job on, and I had like an espresso to go, and I'm just saying, like, that whole meal was fabulous. It was pricey, but I didn't feel like I overpaid one bit. I feel like it was well worth it, and it was a really nice atmosphere. So Caruso's, put it on your list maybe if you're looking for kind of a different dining experience, not like a super fast food experience. We had some not good dining experiences while we were there, one in particular, but this one was fabulous, Caruso's. So let's see, what else am I going to talk about? We did not end up going to any of the late night stitching rooms any of the other nights. We thought about it on Saturday night, but then we all just kind of stitched in bed and chatted, and that was it, and went to bed. We kind of ended, I mean, with 3 people in your room, it's kind of a party already, you know? So And I think that Friday night, I was so tired from staying up all night. Thursday night, there was no way. I slept like a rock on Friday. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the freebie table. The freebie table is pretty fun. You know, there's some stuff up there is kind of like, that's really old. But you know what? It might not be a treasure to you, but it's a treasure to somebody else. Or sometimes there's the newest and greatest stuff up there. I don't think I got anything really new, really great. I did get something really great. Ymir pulled these off the table for me and brought them over. 28 count opalescent by Silk Weaver. I think this is going to be perfect for a fancy lady or a fairy or two. I don't know, y'all. I love it. So I was very excited. Actually, there were 2 of them. And I wasn't really trying to be greedy, but I was thinking I could, because they match, I could do like 2 of something. So I need to look at my mirrors or my fairies and see if I could. And that way I'd have 2 on like matching fabric. So when I framed them, you know, they'd be very similar, because they are very similar. So love that. Was very excited about that. On the very last day, when we came down to pack up, there were several of these scroll frames on the table. It's loops and threads scroll frame, easy to secure the fabric, simple assembly, no tools required. So it looks very similar to the roller frames that I have, but I don't think there's not any pins in there like there are on roller frame. I wonder if you just pull it apart and slide it through. But I must investigate, because it's nice and long. Yeah, this is a great size too. So that was a great find on the last day. A few other things I picked up a couple magazines. I picked up this cross stitch magazine from December 2014. I thought those gnomes were cute and they kind of caught my eyes. And sometimes I would just pick a few things up and go sit down. I mean, of course, the table's right behind me. Go sit down and look through it and see if I actually wanted it before I took it home. Lots of things I would look through and I'd be like, yeah, I'll just put it back up there. But I ended up keeping this one. It had several cute charts in it. This one I picked up because I was just loved that squirrel. Like, how cute is that squirrel? And look at the border. Even the border's cute. So I like that. And then I picked up a couple of these books. This one's Herding Dogs, and it has all different dog breeds on it. And actually, a lot of my friends are dog lovers, so I thought this might come in handy if I wanted to stitch a little happy for one of my sweet friends. And this one's the same. It's got all the dog breeds on it, so I was excited to get that. Another little one I got, this is an old one. It's called Kringle's Crew. It's by Holiday Sparrow Designs. And then I didn't notice it just until I got home a little bit ago, but may all your Christmases be as bright as you are. Hug Sparrow, 1996. So it was a signed copy. Wow. This one's Stitchy from the Heartland, Prairie Yule. And I like this chart, Mary Yule. So, yep, that's nice. And then last but not least, this gem was up there almost the last day too. Okay, so I took this, and it's a Heaven and Earth Designs, and it's a paper copy, like the paper copy that you buy, not in Pattern Keeper, which might be crazy. But the reason why I took it was because it is an Outlander Heaven and Earth Designs, and they do not, the licensing got very, very expensive for Outlander, and so you can't get these on Heaven and Earth Designs anymore. And this is a legit, like, paper pattern that somebody took. And so, yeah, I think it's gorgeous, and I would love to stitch it. So, we shall see, right? Oh, that was fun. That was fun. Okay, what else did we do? We went to the Annex. And we went to Keepsakes. I rode the Stitchy bus for the first time with my friend Colleen, Rebel Stitcher, and Leanne and Zan. We all rode the Stitchy bus over together one day, and we did some shopping. I'm going to show you what we got while we were at Keepsakes, the store, and then I'll show you what we got from the Annex. They don't have the same things at both places, and they have a very cool system. Like, if you are thinking about buying something, you get a ticket, and they have a hold room that you can put it in for a certain amount of time. They also have this thing where, like, if you need supplies, like if you, well, I used this, and I'll tell you right now. So I had a chart that it's this one. I already had the chart. It's Wildflowers by Kathy Barrick. I have been looking for the called for fabric on this because I don't always have to have the called for fabric. I just wanted it on this one. So the called for fabric on the Wildflowers by Kathy Barrick is Seaweed by Fox and Rabbit 40 count. And they had it at Keepsakes, right? So I'm like, okay, so do you have the silks? And they were busy, and they did. And so what you do is you just fill out a little slip when you get back to the convention center, asking for what you would like. And then Susan went and she pulled them all for me. So now I've effectively kitted up Beautiful Wildflowers by Kathy Barrick. I'm looking forward to starting that. I don't know when I'm going to start that, but I have all the beauties now. I think it's going to be gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. I'm very excited about that. So that's a really nice feature that they have that I don't know if everybody takes advantage of, but I use both the hold room and the pickup order service. So Keepsakes, I don't think I really took a lot of pictures inside Keepsakes. I took a picture of the model of Halloween Christmas at Hawthorne Hollow, like I did last year. I'll pop that up there just because it's beautiful eye candy and it reminds me how much I need to finish my Halloween at Hawthorne Hollow because I want to start that. I also picked up, while I was at Keepsakes in the store, I picked up a few, I looked at their bead selection and I was able to pick up a clamshell of Magnificas that I knew that I needed for Amira, and a couple treasures that are not easy to find that they just so happen to have. I also picked up, after seeing these all stitched, I don't remember if I bought these at Keepsakes or the Annex, but regardless, they are JBW Designs, the 'Twas the Night Chris ornaments, sorry. Oh, 4 series, and they come with the charms, and one of our local stitchers has stitched these. Oh, geez. I was just trying to show you a charm. Instead, I'm showing you the whole dang chart. I'm gonna have to put a little sticker over that, but there's charms included in each of these. A local stitcher recently finished these. They are gorgeous. Also, Debbie from Snug Harbor Crafts just finished them. I don't know if I'm gonna stitch them all together or if I'm gonna stitch them as ornaments. My brain hasn't gotten that far yet. There's that iconic green check Keepsakes bag. The other thing I picked up when I went to Keepsakes was my pre-order of Praiseworthy Stitches Courage. So what this is about Pam from Just Keep Stitching. So that Sunday that we were there marked 30 years of her being diagnosed with breast cancer. So she started a stitch along called #Pam'sSurvivalSal. I really wanted to start this while I was there with her, but we needed to leave before the time for them to start the stitch along. So I am going to be stitching this. I have actually changed my mind about 15 times how I'm going to stitch this because this is a very cool chart. Inside the chart, they list all different types of cancers and like what the colors are for it. And then purple is like all cancers. So I've been playing with colors. There's also a lot of initials on here. So like say you knew somebody with a certain type of cancer, then you could stitch their initial in that color. Okay. So I've got several colors. So I'm not sure if I'm going to stitch it like all purple for like all the cancers except for some specific ones to show with the initials. And so I've got to work on my floss for that. And then once I get my floss picked out, then I've got to find something to put it on. So I've modified my plans a little bit, which is why I haven't started it yet, but I am going to stitch it. You're welcome to join the stitch along. You're welcome to join it to stitch along to support Pam, to support yourself, you know, to give a shout out to, you know, somebody that you've lost, someone that you love that's going through this stuff right now. Like there's just an open-ended stitch along. There's no special group or anything. You just post and use the hashtag on Instagram, #Pam'sSurvivalSal. And we are so happy to have Pam here with us. She is a blessing and a treasure to our community. All right, so let's see what else we have. Then I went shopping in the Annex at one point. I really wanted this bag from Jenny, Cricklewood Crossings. This Peter Pan Beatrix Potter bag. Doesn't this just remind you of like a garden full of lettuce on the back? I love this. She makes wonderful bags, and I really wanted this, so I was happy. There was another Winnie the Pooh one that I wanted that was like a Halloween one. It was super cute too. I think somebody else wanted it because every time I came, it was just kind of like stuffed far in the back underneath the bottom before the Annex opened. All right, what else did I get? I got Colleen Rebel Stitcher Designs. I got her new release called Midnight March. And she signed it for me because she's fabulous like that. I think this is so cute and funky and vintage looking. I love it. That moon is awesome. The cat, I mean, it's all awesome. I love it. I love that one. I also could not resist Teresa Kogut's December 25th star ornament. I love a Christmas ornament, and this one just really caught my eye. I love the star shape. It's really cute. And then last but not least, I picked up this one from Chrissy, finally a farm girl. It's called Not Even a Mouse. And I actually almost bought this at Market, you know, then I got sick and all the things. But I talked to Chrissy for a little bit and I told her how much I really love this clock. Like she knocked it out of the park on this clock. And she loves this clock too. So I got her to sign that for me. And I'm looking forward to some future releases from Chrissy that she's excited about and got me excited about. Oh my gosh, y'all. I mean, do I have much else to talk about? I visited. I got to give lots of people hugs and catch up with people. I got to have a nice late lunch, early dinner with Pam and Steph and Kia and Debbie and Ymir and Liz from Hello from Liz Matthews. Our little Common Threaded Stitcher team got together. Not everybody was there. Kev had to head back home with Maverick, and Becca couldn't be there. But it was nice to get to see all those ladies in person and chit chat and do some brainstorming. And I love that group. Everybody's really great. So we had a nice little dinner. I don't know. One night, Leanne and Zan and I, we tried to go to this big boy place. I think it was like a Shoney's. It was not good. I would not recommend going there when you were in town, if you were just trying some things. Yeah. And what else? Gosh, y'all, I think that was it. I'm looking around at all my stuff. If I missed you, if I didn't get to talk to you, I wish I did. Oh, you know, I did kind of challenge myself this time. So I was trying to finish and start. So I did finish. I did start and finish Dory ornament, and I started and finished Winter Whites by Summer House Stitchworks. I'll put the little picture up here. And I left both of those things to be finished with Keepsakes. And then I was able to actually start Hannah's Pomegranate by Needlework Press while I was there, but I didn't finish it until I got home. It was a wonderful StitchCon. We drove home. We were tired, but we were still talking 90 to nothing. I don't even know how that is possible. I'm sure I'm missing lots of silly, funny things that happened. I mean, we just laughed and giggled and enjoyed ourselves the whole dang weekend. I felt like sometimes my energy got really low, and I think that happens sometimes. I didn't make it to every table, every area that I wanted to talk to everybody. Like I said, I didn't get to go talk to the people who stitched the Chatelaines. I did get to see Rose. I really like Rose. She sat next to Colleen at her table, so I got to catch up with her for a minute. I'd met her last year because I went up to Rose and was talking to her about her South Seas mermaids that she had stitched, that she did a gorgeous job on. So it was nice to see Rose again. So it's just really nice to see people again, reconnect, and see people that you had talked to last year. If I didn't get to talk to you, I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot something too. Before we left, I had asked, I want to put this up here because I had somebody who really was interested in this. I'm going to talk about this in my regular FlossTube too, but Gary from GaRon Stitchery. He is stitching Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow. So am I, so is Leanne, so is Bobby, so is Zan. So I knew Leanne and I would have ours there. When Gary shows his on his FlossTube channel, he's stitching his in silks. It is a very bright and it's very pretty. And I really wanted to see it in person. I wanted to compare it up close to mine because I need some direction maybe in the future on another hot garden hollow I'm going to start. Am I going to spring for the silks or stick with the DMC? No, I'm very, very happy with my DMC conversion. However, Gary made a change on his, on that middle block where the witch is. He changed the color of her hair, and I felt inspired to do the same because my color of my witch's hair was very similar to her hat. So I did change it. I changed it to a Chameleon by Leanne. It's her Forbidden Fiber Co. And, but anyway, it was great to see Gary and catch up with him. And then we took a picture together holding ours together so we could see the difference. And anyway, it was just nice and fun to see him. So I'll pop that picture in here too. So when I end this, I'm going to put in a bunch of pictures. And then I'm going to put in the brag table. And then I'm going to put in the, the cool FlossTuber information that Angie Tiny House Stitcher made. I just want to make sure before I sign off with y'all that I actually covered everything I think I wanted to cover. I really think that's it. So keep in mind that like an extra 30 minutes on this video is going to be straight up just brag table and the FlossTuber information. So I'm getting this done in less than 2 hours. Yeah, so I'm not much over an hour right now. So thank you, Barbara. Thank you, Pam and Steph. Thank you, entire Keepsakes crew. You are wonderful, welcoming. You do a great job of putting on a retreat. I'm super excited about the amount of money that our weekend was able to raise for the service project this year, and look forward to hearing about the goodies that they're able to get with that. I enjoy myself. This is my second year going. I hopefully will be able to get in next year and do more of the same if I didn't see you or get to spend a lot of time with you or talk to you a lot. I wish I did. Okay. And so, yeah, it was great. So thank you to everyone. It was so wonderful to see everyone. Love y'all lots. And please enjoy my pictures and those videos at the end. Thanks for sticking around, y'all. See you next time. Bye.
Hi everyone. We are GaRon Stitchery.
I'm Ronnie.
I'm Gary. And you can see us on YouTube at GaRon Stitchery, or you can visit us on Facebook at GaRon Tote Bags. And we have a website that you can purchase from us at GaRon-Stitchery.com. Having fun at StitchCon. Thank you.
Hi, this is Candy, the 614 Stitcher, and you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and FlossTube at the 614 Stitcher. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Fawn.
And I'm Sean.
And we're Sanctum Stitching.
Sanctum Stitching.
I'm Sanctum Stitching on Instagram.
And I am Sean M. Stevens 90 on
And
Instagram.
Come talk to us on YouTube. We love talking about birds, all our house issues, and we stitch all the things.
And our favorite cat.
Favorite cat, Wally.
Favorite cat.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi, I'm Bobby, Pumpkin Creek Primitives. You can get me on YouTube at Pumpkin Creek Primitives, Instagram, Pumpkin Creek Primitives, and our website, pumpkincreekprimitives.com.
Okay, hi guys, my name is Ymir. I go by Almond M&Ms on FlossTube, Instagram, website, and all that good stuff. So if you would like to find me, you can just find the Almond M&Ms somewhere near you. Bye. Good.
Hi, I'm Leanne, and I am Leanne.Stitches on YouTube and on Instagram, and I am also Forbidden Fiber Co. on Instagram or www.forbiddenfiberco.com.
Hi there, I'm Angie. I'm the Tiny House Stitcher, and you can find me on YouTube at Tiny House Stitcher or Instagram at Tiny House Stitcher. I have a website, www.tinyhousestitcher.com. So come and check out my channel and join my tiny tribe. Thank you.
Hey everyone, happy Saturday from StitchCon. I'm Christy Bernstein, Salty Stitcher Designs, and come check out my website and my Instagram, Facebook, all at saltystitcherdesigns.com. So, thanks.
Hi, I'm Karen, recovering monogamous stitcher on both FlossTube and Instagram. My FlossTube channel is mostly about cross stitch, but it's also about quilting and other sewing crafts. I hope you'll stop by sometime to see me. Thanks.
I'm Sylvia Sticker, Running with Needles and Scissors. You can find me on FlossTube, Running with Needles and Scissors. My website is Running with Needles and Scissors, but you can type in www.rwans, so you don't have to type the whole thing. And I'm on Instagram, Running with Needles and Scissors. Shout out from StitchCon.
Hey, my name is Sarah. I'm from Memphis, and I have a channel about cross stitch. My channel name is the same as my Instagram. It is Memphis.Sarah.E. Having a great time at StitchCon Weekend A. Would love for y'all to come check out my channel. In addition, we also have a local Stitch Together group called 901 Stitchers with my friend Zan, Crazy Band Lady Stitches. If you're local to us or passing through Memphis on a weekend, check out our Facebook group and come join us. Beautiful.
Hi, I'm Zayn Lansiddle. I'm Crazy Band Lady Stitches on Instagram, and I have a FlossTube. It's about cross stitch, quilting, sometimes crochet, maybe not a lot, but come and check me out. Thank you. Bye.
Hi FlossTube friends. I'm Connie.
I'm Melina.
And we're Count Twice Stitch Once. On Instagram, I am Count Twice Stitch Once.
And mine is Melina Stitcher. And we just talk about our cross stitch projects and whatever other crafty stuff we have going on.
That's about it.
Great.
Hi, I'm Janelle, Coffee, Wine, and Stitching Time, and I have a FlossTube about cross stitch, yarn, and anything I want to talk about. And don't expect any actual routine, because there's just lots of haul and lots of stuff, and whatever it is, so come check me out. Thanks. Smile, sparkle, shine.
Hi everyone, I'm Tammy with Creative Country Girl. I have a FlossTube channel on YouTube. You can watch me at Creative Country Girl, Tammy Blaylock. I talk about all my stitching, my sewing, my quilting, and my bag baking. So, come to YouTube, find Creative Country Girl, and I'm gonna have a new video very soon. Bye, see you.
Hi, it's Janet with Janet Jabber. You can find me on all socials at Janet Jabber.
Yay!
Hi, I'm Liz.
Hi, I'm Shelly, and we're the Antique Needleworkers. You can find us on Instagram at Antique Needleworkers or at the Wandering Stitcher and Shelly Fry 5. Bye-bye.
Hi, I'm Colleen, Rebel Stitcher. You can find me on Instagram at Rebel Stitcher Designs, or my website is rebelstitcher.com. Thank you.
Yay!
Hi, I'm Christine. You can find me at Mountain Crafts Studio.
Hi, I'm Christine from Hollis Hands Create. You can find me at Hollis Hands Create at my shop or on Instagram or at McMama Hollis. Thank you.
Welcome
to Whips and Sips.
I'm Justine.
And I'm Shelly. You can find me on Instagram at Shelly_Kine. It's spelled Kain.
And you can find me at Welcome21 on Instagram.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hello, I'm Abby. I'm Top Knot Stitcher. You can find me on FlossTube at Top Knot Stitcher, Instagram, Top Knot Stitcher, my shop, topknotstitcher.com. Hello, and goodbye.
Hi, I'm Lynn from Lynn X Stitches Creates. You can find me on FlossTube at Lynn X Stitches Creates and Instagram at Lynn X Stitches Creates.
Okay. Hi everyone, I'm Seattle Stitcher. You can find me as the Seattle Stitcher on FlossTube and Megan_Bogata on Instagram.
Hey y'all, it's Bridget, the Museum Stitcher. You can find me on FlossTube at the Museum Stitcher and Instagram is the same name.
Hi everyone, my name is Elizabeth and you can find me on FlossTube and Instagram as Frizzy Lizzy Stitches.
Hey all you lovely people, my name is Alexis. You can find me at Alexis_My_Amazing_World on FlossTube and on Instagram.
Hey everybody, Mr. Hollick here. I'm at StitchCon 23. I'm a FlossTuber and just thought I'd say hi and introduce you to myself. Yeah, that's right. Stop by and visit me at youtube.com/Mr. Hollick, MRHOLLICK. My Instagram is Sean.Hollick, SEAN.HOLLICK. And Facebook is Mr. Hollick, MRHOLLICK. Sorry, I don't have a MySpace anymore, but that's okay. Anyway, stop by. I'd love for you to stop by and check out some of my videos. I haven't made one for a little while, but I'm going to have a big comeback video here soon after StitchCon. So be sure to check it out.
Hey there guys, it's Liz Matthews here. I have a FlossTube as well as a company called Hello from Liz Matthews. You can find me on Instagram under the same name. I share behind the scenes of new and upcoming designs as well as all of the things I love in the community. Hope to see you there.
Hi friends, this is Jessica, the Sweetwater Stitcher, and I am on YouTube as Sweetwater Stitcher. I'm on Instagram at same name, Sweetwater Stitcher, where I share my whips, my current finishes, upcoming projects, and all kinds of other things. I even have some tutorials. So come and follow me there. Hope to see you there. Bye!
Hi Stitchy Friends!
Hi Stitchy Friends!
I'm Sarah.
And I'm Jen.
And we are the Stitchy Friends.
You can find us on YouTube at Stitchy Friends. We also have an Instagram, Stitchy Friends Stitchy_Friends.
Yes.
And
we like to share what we're stitching and what we're buying and what we're doing and what we're planning and all the things. So we hope you guys will join us and check us out. Thanks. Okay, bye guys.
Hi, I'm Chantel with 141 Design Company, and you can find me on Instagram at Chantel's141, on Facebook at Chantel Dimeling 141 Design Company, and my new website, which is chantels141.com. And what I offer are DIY woodcut finishing solutions for all of your cross-stitch projects. I'm here at StitchCon, like having a blast. Make sure you're here next year. Thanks.
Hi, it's Jody Smith. I'm Simply Stitching Ocala from Ocala, Florida. You can follow me on the same handle at Simply Stitching Ocala on YouTube and Instagram. Hope to see you all next year. Bye.
Hello, Stitchy friends. My name is Carrie, and I am Tiger Lily Designs. I am on FlossTube and YouTube and Instagram and Facebook and all the places. You can come and join me. I try to do a FlossTube every Friday just to share what I'm working on. I also have a Project Keeper, maybe you've heard of it, subscription box. It's a quarterly club that I try to join, but my website is www.tigerlilyshop.com or tiger.lily.designs and all the places. See you soon. Happy stitching.
Hi everybody. We are Stuck Harbor Crafts. We are. And my name is Debbie.
And I'm Catherine. This is Maverick.
And we are here at StitchCon,
Yeah.
and we would like to introduce you. If you've never seen us, we are on FlossTube.
Yeah.
And
Instagram, Facebook.
Yep, all the places.
Snap Harbor Crafts.
That's right. And then every October we do a retreat.
Yeah, it's called Stitch West.
Stitch West in Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of fun. This year it's October 13th, 14th, and 15th. And we're full for now, but we will be announcing some in the future.
Maybe 2 retreats.
Yeah, maybe 2.
Maybe
and
more.
And we will keep you posted. If you want to find out more information, just go to Snug Harbor Crafts.
Yep.
And you will be able to find us.
Yeah, we'd love to have you.
Fun. Bye.
See ya.
Hi everybody, I'm Judy Whitman with JBW Designs. So I have a FlossTube, it's JBW Designs, and I also have an Instagram account, it's judy.whitman. I also have a Friends of JBW Designs Facebook page. And I sell my patterns almost exclusively through needlework shops and through distributors. So if you see a pattern that you've been wanting to get, I would encourage you to contact your local needlework shop or write to me at judy@jbwdesigns.com, and I can give you a shop as a source. So thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Hey FlossTube, welcome back to Basic Stitches. I'm Jordan and I'm on Instagram at JordanXStitch.
And I'm Jamie and I'm on Instagram at JamieXStitch.
That's how we start all of our videos on our channel, Basic Stitches. I'm a designer. I am a little stitch girl. I've been designing for about 5 years?
Yeah.
5 or 6 years. And we love FlossTube and the whole community and everything it's done for cross stitch. Within the last year, Mom started designing too, also under Little Stitch Girl.
Yep.
On FlossTube, it's Basic Stitches / Little Stitch Girl.
Yep.
On Instagram, all those. I'm also on TikTok at little.stitch.girl. I post all of them to Instagram as reels too. But we have a lot of fun making silly videos. Thanks, bye.
Bye.
Hi guys, it's Chrissy, finally a farm girl. We're coming to you this afternoon on almost our last day. Is it our last day? Almost last day, because we will be getting back on the road tomorrow, but we are having a great time at StitchCon Weekend A. So our FlossTube is Finally a Farm Girl and
Stitchy Linda.
And we are going to get back to you real soon after Weekend Day and after our travels and after we rest just a little bit. And we'll be excited to show everything that we experienced at StitchCon 2023.
This is Finally a Farm Girl.
You do this.
And her patterns are Finally a Farm Girl. And you can find them at all your distributors and your local needlework stores.
Yeah. And soon in I believe it's late August, we have a Needlework Marketplace, which is a virtual market, and you will be seeing new designs then from me, and you will be able to order and do your typical me pleases and do some pre-orders. So we are working on those right now.
And there's some cute ones coming.
Yeah, yeah, it's a very special one coming.
That's right. Having a great time. See ya.
Bye guys.
Hi, I'm Christy from Kinder Ramblings. My Instagram handle is CJinx0. And I think that's it. Bye.
Hello from Florida. I'm Melissa Neely. I'm Neely's Needle Nest. My Instagram handle is also Neely's Needle Nest. Neeley is my last name. I also do finishing, so anytime you want to do finishing, most of what you'll see from me on Instagram and in my videos are on finishings. Hope to see you soon.
Okay. Hi, I'm Kathy Ratliff at Kathy's Corner. I have a FlossTube, and I sure hope you would want to come and check me out. I finish things. I have a Friday finishes called Fabulous Fun Friday Finishes that you can check out. I also have, besides FlossTube, some gardening videos and such. I would love for you to check me out. I'm on Facebook, that's it. I'm on Facebook at Kathy's Corner and Instagram at Kathy's Corner 2021. So check me out.